This is Ask a Couples Counsellor, a show that answers all the relationship questions you're too afraid to ask. On the show, we'll take your questions and give you the tools you need to build trust and intimacy with your partner. I'm your host, Neha Kapoor. I'm a registered clinical counsellor and psychotherapist, and I'm really passionate about helping couples navigate the challenges that we all go through. Because after all, every relationship encounters some stormy weather now and then. Thanks for joining me for another episode. Today, we're delving into yet another popular subject, and one of my favourites, cheating. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and cheating undermines that trust. Our focus today revolves around the themes of infidelity and the process of rebuilding trust after it. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's get into our first question for today. So this question comes from John in Perth, and John has asked, what is the definition of cheating? I think that's a great question, John. So cheating in a relationship generally refers to engaging in romantic or sexual activities with someone outside of the committed partnership, which violates the agreed upon boundaries of exclusivity and trust between partners. Let's look at some reasons why people cheat. So one of the reasons why people cheat is because of a lack of emotional connection. So feeling emotionally disconnected from their partner may lead individuals to seek intimacy and connection elsewhere. Another reason why people may cheat is because of unmet needs, whether physical, emotional, or sexual. Unmet needs within the relationship can drive individuals to seek fulfillment outside of it. Another contributing factor can be opportunity. So the presence of tempting opportunities, such as proximity to attractive or available individuals, can increase the likelihood of infidelity. Another reason that I've seen is low commitment or investment in the relationship. Individuals who feel less committed or invested in the relationship may be more inclined to cheat, as they perceive fewer consequences for their actions. Opportunistic behaviour. Some individuals may cheat simply because the opportunity presents itself, without deeply considering the consequences or implications of their relationship. One of the most significant reasons that I see is communication issues. So poor communication issues and unresolved conflicts within the relationship can create a sense of distance and alienation, making individuals more susceptible to seeking connection elsewhere. So last episode, we chatted about mismatched sex drives and sexual incompatibility, and can that be a factor in cheating? So mismatched sex drives and sexual incompatibility can indeed be factors that contribute to cheating in a relationship. When one partner has a significant higher or lower sex drive than the other, it can create frustrations, resentment, and feelings of unfulfillment. This imbalance may lead one partner to seek sexual satisfaction outside the relationship, especially if their needs are consistently unmet, despite the efforts to address the issue within the relationship. However, it is important to note that while sexual dissatisfaction can be a contributing factor to infidelity, it is not an excuse for cheating. Healthy relationships require open communication, compromise, and mutual respect, even when facing challenges such as mismatched sex drives and sexual incompatibility. If these issues arise in your relationship, it's crucial for couples to address them together and seek support from a therapist or a counsellor if needed, rather than resorting to infidelity. Okay, let's get into our next question for today's episode. This question was submitted by Susan in Sydney, and Susan's question is, how do you rebuild trust after infidelity? I think that's such a great question, Susan, and it is very difficult. Rebuilding trust after infidelity is a challenging process that requires honesty, communication, and commitment from both partners. Some steps to rebuild trust may include something like acknowledging the betrayal. So the unfaithful partner must take responsibility for their actions and express genuine remorse for the hurt that they've caused the betrayed partner. Another one is open communication. So both partners need to openly discuss their feelings, concerns, and expectations moving forward. This includes being transparent about past actions and any lingering doubts or insecurities. Another one that's really important is setting boundaries. Establish clear boundaries and expectations for the relationship moving forward to prevent future infidelity and rebuild a sense of safety and security in the relationship. One of the most important things that I do say to all of my couples is seek therapy. So seeking professional help from a therapist or a counselor that specializes in couples work can provide guidance and support for navigating the complex emotions and challenges of rebuilding trust. Because remember, infidelity causes PTSD in the betrayed partner. It mimics symptoms of PTSD. So it's very important to navigate those with a professional. Another thing that you could do is consistency and accountability. So the unfaithful partner must demonstrate consistent behavior and actions that align with their commitment to rebuilding trust. And this may include being accountable for the whereabouts, actions, and communication. One of the other things that I do say that you can do is patience and time. So rebuilding trust takes time and patience. Both partners need to be willing to invest the necessary time and effort into rebuilding the relationship and healing from the betrayal. And lastly, forgiveness. Look, ultimately, forgiveness is a personal decision that takes time and may require ongoing effort. It does involve letting go of resentment and choosing to move forward with a renewed sense of trust and commitment. You've been listening to Ask a Couples Counselor, a show that answers all the relationship questions you're too afraid to ask. This show is produced by Novo Empower Counselling. We provide a range of services, including couples counselling, individual counselling, and online counselling. To find out more, visit our website novoempowercounselling.com.au. This show was produced with strategy and production support from Wavelength Creative. To make sure you don't miss an episode of Ask a Couples Counselor, be sure to subscribe to or follow the show in your podcast app. And while you're there, I'd love it if you could leave me a 5-star review. It really helps others find the show. I'm your host, Neha Kapoor, and I'll see you in the next episode.